Magandang araw mga kababayan. This is Dante Klink ang II, Chairperson of the Commission on Filipinos Overseas. The CFO is the government agency that helps Filipino immigrants prepare for a successful life overseas. Unlike other migrant-focused agencies, the CFO plays a unique role in strengthening the economic, cultural, and political ties between Filipinos overseas and the Philippines. Even before our kababayan leave for foreign lands, CFO equips immigrants with information and helps them easily integrate into their destination countries and prepares them to become successful ambassadors of Filipino culture and excellence. For us at the Commission on Filipinos Overseas, the global Filipino diaspora is an untapped resource beyond remittances, waiting to be unlocked for intellectual, cultural, and national growth. As we strengthen a fabric that connects the global Filipino community through various programs and initiatives, we transform the challenges of brain drain into opportunities of brain gain. The CFO seeks to nurture the strong sense of Filipino community across the globe, while also encouraging them to contribute to the nation's development. We thank Radyo Pilipinas for giving us this platform to the challenges and triumphs of migration and development. We hope that the global Pinoy will be made aware of the programs and services that empower them toward meaningful migration and pave the way to immigrant success. Tandaan kabayan, para sa inyo ito, mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
Bayan, lakas ng katotohanan.
Himpapawid na may layuning paglingkuran ang mamamayan.
Sa bawat kwento may diwa ng serbisyo.
Sa bawat balita may puso at paninindigan. Ito ang Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas.
Magandang araw, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao.
Magandang araw sa lahat ng Pilipino saan mang panig ng mundo.
Ito ang tambalang
JK Magracia
at Ares Gutierrez. Kayo'y nakikinig sa Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas, handog ng Commission on Filipinos Overseas at ng Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Ngayon ay Martes, 11 ng Nobyembre, taong kasulukuyan. Tayo po ay magtungo sa mga balita na may kinalaman sa ating mga overseas Pinoys.
Nandito na ang mga mahahalagang balita at anunsyo mula sa Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Balita CFO. Balita CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
CFO hosts Phil Australian Beauty Queen.
CFO hosts Interagency Committee on Philippine Schools Overseas 86th Regular Meeting.
CFO hosts Finnish Ambassador Her Excellency Saja Nurminen.
CFO discusses key issues with the DFA.
Nandito na ang mga mahahalagang balita at anunsyo mula sa Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Balita CFO. Balita CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
The Commission on Filipinos Overseas, led by its chairperson, Secretary Dante Klink ang II, hosted Filipino-Australian beauty queen Janina Louie of the Philippine-Australian Sports and Culture Inc. and the Filipino Communities Council of Australia at the CFO main office in Pasay City. Matters discussed during the courtesy visit were collaboration opportunities with the CFO, particularly through the youth leaders in the diaspora and the Hello Philippines Youth Tour. During the meeting, Ms. Louie provided valuable insights on engaging the Filipino youth in Australia and organizing a cultural immersion program. Drawing from her experience in organizing the Hello Philippines Youth Tour, this initiative aimed to immerse Filipino youth in Australia in the rich cultural heritage of the Philippines, exploring different parts of the country.
Filipinos Overseas, led by its chairperson, Secretary Dante Clink II, hosted the 89th regular meeting of the Interagency Committee on Philippine Schools Overseas, or IACPSO, held on November 4, 2025 at the CFO main office. The meeting, which was presided by Department of Education Assistant Secretary Jocelyn D.R. Andaya, was attended by Director Vernice D. Quintana from the DepEd Private Education Office, Department of Foreign Affairs Director Catherine Alpay, Ms. Roselda E. Galeria from the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration or OWA, and Ms. Marita Del Rosario Apatad of the CFO Project Management Division. Chief among the matters discussed by the committee is the recent developments on IACPSO Resolution Number 01-2025 and the proposed schedule of ocular inspections of select PSOs. The IACPSO was established in February 1995 and was strengthened on May 5, 2000 through Executive Order 252. It's co-chaired by the DepEd and the Department of Foreign Affairs. Other members of the IACPSO are the Department of Labor and Employment or DOLE, OWA, and the Commission on Filipinos Overseas.
Nandito na ang mga mahahalagang balita at anunsyo mula sa Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Balitang CFO. Balitang CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
The Commission on Filipinos Overseas, led by Secretary Dante Clink Ang, received Ambassador of Finland to the Philippines, Her Excellency Saja Nurminen, on November 7, 2025 at the CFO main office in Pasay City. Key personnel from each division presented their projects and initiatives to contextualize the mandate of the Commission and to identify possible areas of collaboration between the Finnish Embassy and the CFO. At present, Ambassador Ruminem estimates that there are 15,000 Filipinos residing in Finland.
Nandito na ang mga mahahalagang balita at anunsyo mula sa Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Balitang CFO. Balitang CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Secretary Dante Clink Ang II of the Commission on Filipinos Overseas met with the Department of Foreign Affairs Secretary Maria Teresa P. Lazaro to discuss key issues affecting the overseas Filipinos. Chief among the matters discussed was the ongoing negotiations with the DFA regarding the posting of an immigrant services attaché at the Philippine Embassy in Tokyo, Japan. SFA Lazaro responded positively and will review the terms of reference submitted to the DFA in 2024. Several other matters were also discussed, centered on providing support for Filipinos overseas.
Alamin ang mga serbisyong inihahatid ng Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Serbisyong CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Ngayong araw, tatalakayin natin ang iba't ibang uri ng investment opportunities para sa ating overseas Filipinos.
Sa ating mga viewers and listeners, iniimbitahan po namin kayo na magpadala ng inyong mga katanungan sa pamamagitan ng pagkomento sa ating Facebook Live at babasahin po natin ito mamaya lamang. Tayo po ay kasalukuyang napapanood sa official Facebook pages ng Radyo Pilipinas World Service at ng Commission on Filipinos Overseas.
Upang bigyan tayo ng mas malalim na paliwanag sa mga securities o stocks, kasama po natin live ngayon dito sa studio si Mr. Jed Velarde, Head of Partnership ng COL Financial Group. Magandang umaga, sir.
Magandang umaga, Sir Aris. Magandang umaga, Attorney.
Yan. Magandang umaga, Sir Jed, at welcome to Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas.
Thanks for having me here.
Ayan. Siguro, Sir Aris, ako na muna ang una magtatanong.
Yes.
Sir Jed, matagal na tayo nakakapag-usap Ngayon, gusto kong ipakilala kayo sa mga audience natin. Sino po ba kayo at ano pong ginagawa nyo sa COL?
Okay, sige. That's a good question. First question. Ako si Jed Villarde, Head of Partnerships nga, katulad ng sabi ko. Ang main task ko really is to come up with collaborations with schools, with government, with companies as well. And what we do actually is to teach them financial literacy and to really establish with them yung tamang process ng pag-i-invest. Kasi yun talagang kailangan ng mga Pinoy and ng society natin in general. And that's really something that we have really invested for young Filipinos, especially dito sa ating lipunan.
Pero sir, ang company po ninyo ay basically into securities.
Yes. Ang Co Financial, basically, we're a publicly listed company and we're the biggest online stock brokerage firm in the Philippines. So what we did is we democratize investing. Lalo na pag sinabi mo kasing stock market, nako, para sa mga Pinoy, parang it's too far-reaching So what we did, we made it simple, understandable, and accessible.
O nga, parang yung term na democratized attorney no? Parang na rin revolutionize mo siya
Parang ganun, oo.
Yes,
Kasi di ba ang perception sa investment, lalo na sa securities and stocks,
right.
Para lang to sa mga matatalino, yung magagaling.
Correct.
Kaya medyo generally averse yung simpleng tao sa securities. Pero yun nga yung advocacy nyo, to teach people how to get into the market. At madali lang naman po ba yan?
And yes. And what we do, we really invested in education.
Yun.
We're very heavy in letting people na pasimplihin talaga and make it non-threatening. In fact, part of our advocacy talaga, ituro sa mga estudyante. That's why we have a lot of partnerships sa mga major schools dito sa Pilipinas. And even we partnered with CFO to reach also and to teach yung mga PSOs natin sa mga iba-ibang lugar. Bahagi nito is talagang kung maintindihan ng mga kabataan ang konsepto ng tamang investing at maiwasan yung mga scams, malaking bagay na rin ito to really frame yung mind ng ating mga kababayan tungkol sa tamang pagparaan ng pagpapalago ng kanilang mga salapi.
Ayun, sir. Tamang-tama kasi serbisyong CFO sa bagong Pilipinas, syempre marami tayong mga nakikinig at nanunood galing sa abroad. Siguro magandang itanong ko na ngayon, kung ikaw ay nasa abroad, Pilipino man o kahit na siguro dual citizen, pwede ka namang bumili ba ng stocks natin dito sa Pilipinas? Kasi syempre ang pinopromote natin is investment sa Pilipinas, no? Pwede po ba yun, Sir Jed?
Yes, actually, if lalo na sa kumpanya na nire-represent ko, sa organization na nire-represent ko, this is now online investing access So ngayon, because of technology, you can now actually have an account online. And para sa isang nasa ibang bansa, you just need siguro internet access. And really, it has actually simplified. Kailangan mo rin also siguro ng tax identification number.
Yes.
Malaking bagay din kasi ito.
But that's the BIR tax identification.
Yes. Oo, dito. Oo.
Paano po kung wala naman silang TIN? Kasi nasa abroad sila.
Actually, you could actually have it You can actually apply for it also locally.
So you have to apply muna?
Yes, oo. Tapos, since online naman siya, and what we do actually may guidance din It really helps people to do it in a guided manner. Malaking bagay that you're part of a bigger community. Kasi nga, ang Co Financial, we have more than 500,000 Filipinos na here and abroad who are actually investing as well.
Yes. So, nagkakagawa naman pala at currently ginagawa na. It's a matter of communicating lang din talaga. And siguro yung mas pinapalawak natin yung reach natin na mas at the same time syempre pinapasimplify nga din natin at mas madaling maintindihan kasi ang napapansin namin, sir, sa trabaho namin sa CFO ni Sir Ares, involved din kami kasi siya sa ayakat yung tungkol sa mga scams and of course isa sa mga paraan din nila yung mga true investments din, sir So siguro yan nga sa tulong ng pag-educate ninyo may iwasan yun. Now because napunta na rin tayo sa topic na mga tungkol sa mga investment scams, kayo ba, sir, sa inyo, not just sa COL, pero siguro sa SEC na din, may mga moves ba tayo against this mga investment scams? Kasi paborito mang biktima niya ng mga Pinoy natin overseas.
Una sa lahat siguro yung presence, why would people still get into scams? It's indicative of the lack of proper financial literacy pa rin eh.
Yun.
Kasi pumapatos pa rin pinapatulan pa rin natin yung mga investment scams eh. Kasi if you know the proper, hindi mo kasi papatulan yung mga yon eh. So what we did, ako I love it kasi tamang-tama yung usapin natin about protection about scams. This week is the Investor Protection Week ng SEC, ng
nice.
Securities and Exchange Commission, to which we're also participating and we're part of the bigger group that really harbors protecting yung ating mga investors patungkol sa mga scams na to. Ito yung mga karaniwang scams Ito yung sa dami-daming scams. Identify lang natin kasi awareness really addresses a lot. So, isa dito yung Ponzi schemes. Yung Ponzi scheme, ito yung tipong magpa-promise sa'yo, let's say 30% return. Pero wala talagang negosyo dito. At yung ibibigay mo, pambabayad lang dun sa susunod
sir,
na
yung
recruitment.
yung pyramiding na
Pyramiding.
tinatawag.
Totoo yan. So, bigay ka ng bigay until may natatanggap ka initially hanggang sa mag-collapse kasi it relies on the recruitment ng mga tao. And bakit hindi ka maiengganyo kasi they're promising 30%. Come to think of it, in a month pa, kung alam mo yung proper increases, walang ganun. If it's too good to be true, probably it's really too good to be true. It's a scam. Hindi lang Ponzi scheme, may tinatawag rin tayo mga crypto scams na tinatawag.
Yan, actually, dun ko nga gustong pumunta. Yan ang uso talaga Lalo na sa amin mga medyo bata-bata na, alam mo na, nagtatrabaho at may sobra, ganun.
Eto maingganyo kasi pinopost nila, meron silang mga, you can actually earn here, may mga advertisements na maingganyo ka naman
May
talaga.
chart pa, sir.
At may endorsers pa.
May endorser pa. Ngayon, nagtatagong isa sa abroad nga yung endorser ng ganyan. Pero so may mga chart, kompleto. And they would show na parang nag-perform na maganda yung kanilang pinopromote.
Initially, may matatanggap ka. Pero eventually, pag na-hook ka nila, magbibigay ka ng malaki at mag-ghost na yan. Kasi wala kang panghawakan You won't know kasi wala rin naman silang office dito. So, wala kang habol.
Diyan, meron akong naalala, this was so many years ago.
Right.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with this. Meron dating kumalat dito sa Pilipinas. This was before the internet period.
Okay.
Yung Pentagono. Alam mo yun?
Baka hindi pa ako pinangangalat.
Pyramiding din yun Nagbebenta sila papel.
Okay.
Tapos may mga pangalan kayo sa likod. Tapos umaangat kayo. Pag benta kayo ng benta ng papel, umaangat yung pangalan mo. Parang
Ponzi scheme yan.
Ponzi scheme, di ba?
Of course. Kasi it thrives on recruitment. The more that you recruit, tapos yung kino-contribute mo would actually go to those people na initially na nauna sa'yo. At magkukolapse eventually yan yung pyramid scheme na yan.
Wala nang ma-recruit.
Bound to fail yan.
Yes.
May pangatlo pa na scam. Yung sinasabing yung partnership ng business franchising. Magbibigay ka. Tapos sa totoo lang, wala namang negosyo. It capitalize on greed
Yes.
Mahuhook ka lang simply because papakitaan kanila ng ito yung natatanggap mo. Diba? At kaming bahala. It capitalize also on laziness kasi kaming bahala sa'yo. Magbigay ka lang ng pera, kami nang bahala.
Parang ang ino-offer nila yung parang di ba parang may time ownership na part owner ka, ito yung negosyo na itatayo natin 25% sa'yo dito. Tapos,
yes.
parang legit, di ba?
Exactly. So, ito yung mga top 3, Pero siguro, the next question is, how can we address and how can we prevent falling from such scams? Ito lang paalala ko siguro, 3 C's. Check, confirm, consult.
Ayun.
Check mo kung lehitim mo ba ito. Check it through SEC kasi online rin naman And kung may secondary license sila to actually solicit investments kasi maaaring may license yan. Okay? Pero wala silang license for soliciting investments.
Tama.
So, they have an SEC registration. Kailangan meron din silang lisensya to get investments.
Correct. At hindi basta-basta pwedeng kumuha ng lisensyang yun. You have to confirm the legitimacy also of that company.
Kasi ang madalas lang na nadidinig natin na advice is tignan nyo sa SEC kung naka-register. Naka-register.
Naka-register.
Pero wala palang lisensya.
Walang lisensya.
That's a very nice advice, Sir Jed. Kasi isa sa mga sinasabi nga ng mga ganyan, yung kanina sinample mo na parang mag-invest tayo sa business na ganyan, nakalagay SEC registered kami.
Yun ang
So parang we're regulated. Binabantayan kami.
It's not enough to say you're SEC registered.
Napakaganda.
So, we're working with SEC. Isa sa talaga, you have to check talaga their secondary license.
Bago yan, attorney. Bago yung ano na yan ni Jed.
Yes, actually, exploited yung term na SEC license. Kasi most of the cases kasi, unang tinitingnan is yung talaga registration ng SEC. Paano kung ang registration nila ay magbenta ng tangke ng gasol? Ngayon, ang binibenta nila sa'yo stocks
yan.
na, di ba? Oo. So, yun nga So, you really have to check. And of course, yun nga sa 3C sister.
Yung second C will be confirm also. Confirm kasi meron ba silang legitimate address dito sa Pilipinas? O kaya, kung ano man, yung parang established kasi most of these people, they exist online.
Pero paano yung, uso ngayon yung ang address mo, yung co-working space?
That in itself, kasama rin yun sa pag-check. You have to also double check. Marami ngayong mga checklist na kinakailangan kang...
Diba, may mga virtual addresses ngayon na, yun ang nadidinig ko lang sa mga
nauuso kasi talaga yan.
Yung tipong mabilis ka na lang talaga mag-shift na madaling umalis lalo pag mga co-working spaces na ganyan. Pero kasama yon, i-confirm mo, and lastly, consult sa experts. Kasi consult yung may tao ka bang pwede mong pagtanungan na lehitimo. You have to check also with those people who would know. Kasi wala naman tayong monopoly of knowledge. So we have to understand na may mga tao talaga who would really advise you properly. Yung hindi magpapabudol, yun ang hirap Yes. Budol investment is something that talaga kailangan nating iwasan simply because it draws back dun sa lack of knowledge pa talaga natin.
So talagang yung like in media information literacy, yung kailangan laging maging mapanuri. Kung sa media ang tinuturo is fact-checking, ito yung 3Cs mo, Jed. Ito yung medyo drilled down na fact-checking.
Correct. And part nga ng celebration ng Investor Protection Week, mamaya pupunta kami sa SEC. We will be participating and I'll be talking also. 1 week to celebration together with all of the government agencies sa mga eskwelahan. Kasi bakit tinuturo sa mga kabataan? Bahagi talaga ng ng thrust is the earlier you are aware of these things, the better. Kasi hanggang paglaki mo, alam mo kagad. May mga red flags na kagad yan So attune ka na kagad. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, Attorney Carlo, ang challenge talaga siguro sa government, sa atin, paano natin tutulungan yung mga overseas Filipinos to fact-check all these things, to confirm yung legitimacy ng mga negosyong ganyan. Kasi kung ikaw ay nasa abroad, ako ay dating OFW, ikaw ay nasa abroad, ang panahon mo nandun lang sa trabaho at magpahinga. Ang pahinga mo pa ay limitado. Wala ka ng time ng
maging mas masusing
ng ganyan So siguro kailangan may ganyan ding discussion among government agencies on how to help these overseas Filipinos, these OFWs, na maiwasan yung ma-scam ng ganyan.
Well, actually, siguro napakaswerte. Hindi ko binobola yung boss ko dahil siya ang boss ko, no? Pero napakaswerte din natin sa CFO sa pamumuno ni Secretary Dante Clink ang II, no? Kasi yung mga partnership na ginagawa niya patungkol dito, napakarami. Meron tayong partnership with SEC. We're working with COL right now. We have this with RCBC, with OF Banks. Lahat ng mga to kasi is we want to secure talaga na yung future ng ating mga overseas Filipinos na makapag-invest sila ng tama. Of course, babalikan sa Pilipinas And of course, syempre, ang rin yan, wanted effect din yan, nag-invest sa bansa nila, 'di ba? Sa Pilipinas na ginamit. May mga alam mo ko kasi dahil nga may mga nagko-consult sa akin na mga OFW din na hindi lang sila nabiktima ng Pinoy na ng scam, nabiktima rin sila ng scam sa abroad kasi ang dami ding na lumalapit diyan ng mga parang alam mo na mga di ba yung mga parang may mga sinasabing Nigerian blah blah scam.
Malapit.
Kunyari worker ka sa Middle East, may mag-offer sa investment na si Abdul ganto na kayaman dahil may mga ganun ang tatanong eh. So, yan yung mga gusto sana natin gawin. And right now, talagang nagpo-push tayo for that. Not just with the PSO starting early. Meron pa rin tayo dun siyempre yung existing, yung pinakamataas na following na account ng CFO Facebook account is yung sa Peso Sense. Million followers yun. And ano rin siya, sa financial rin siya. Literacy and advocating for kung paano gamitin natin mga brothers and sisters abroad yung kanilang pera. Pero going back lang do sa partnership natin with COL. Tungkol naman sa mga security, sir. Yung access, nabanggit nyo na yung mga access eh. Meron bang way din pa, 'di ba, yung last part nung ninyo yung sa pag-check din? Available naman online yung mga information tungkol diyan, sir?
Yes, ang kagandahan kasi ngayon, 'di ba? Because of technology, you can now access it. In our case, just go to www.callfinancial.com. We just don't provide a platform eh. We provide more of as a partnership towards proper investing kasi may guidance. We're heavy in also teaching people how to do it. May mga webinars din kami so that it could be accessible for people to really get to know ano nga pa talaga and we really encourage questions and then we do properly answer it also. And we're again, I cannot stress this enough. We're really heavy on investing sa mga young people. Kasi sila naman yung future investors natin eh. Na lalo na sa mga PSOs rin natin na tumutulong talaga tayo with CFO in that kind of a program. Gusto namin ma-empower yung mga kabataan patungkol dito.
So, Jed, yung mabalik ko lang dun sa yung setup kasi halos lahat ngayon ng transactions online.
Yeah.
Sa lumang panahon, dati, di ba?
Di tawag,
kailangan mo ng kailangan mo ng broker.
Correct.
So ngayon, sa ganitong setup na online na, ang lumalabas na broker yung platform.
COL is a broker. Okay? So what we actually do, we facilitate yung transactions ng buying and selling of shares of stocks. Pero this time, because of technology, mas self-directed siya. Pero you can be guided because of our research na makikita mo, because of our webinars. And even
materials available.
So wala ka ng taong kausap.
Well, kung gusto mo, meron ka naman, pwede ka naman mag-reach out pa rin. So, but the whole idea here, it becomes more accessible because of this technology. May makakausap ka pa rin naman.
Oo. And at the same time, syempre, makikita mo na rin dun eh, may pinaprovide din sila mga charts, mga actually, nag-invest din ako sa COL. And yan talagang unang ko din, pinasok ko through na way para makapag ng securities.
Titignan ko nga yan. Kasi recently, ang pinasukan kong investment yung MP2 pag-ibig. So anyway, ano ang activities ninyo outside this investment week, no? Ano yung regular na ginagawa ninyo?
Yeah. Kasi kami, lalo na yung team ko, we're very heavy on market education. So we have partnerships with UP, Ateneo, Lasal, sa mga eskwelahan. Hindi lang dito, even those in the provinces. Ang kagandahan dito kasi, what we do, lalo na if you're in college or university or even as young as senior high school, ang youngest group that we taught to are grade 5 students. Paano mo mapapasimple at maintindihan ng estudyante yung konsepto ng market, ng konsepto ng stock market, but at the same time, empower them to how to do this properly. And it is so rewarding kasi dumating na sa panahon na we've been doing it over the years na yung mga dati namin estudyante, ngayon, kasama na rin namin doing the same advocacy sa mas marami pang mga estudyante all throughout. So that's part of doing it. At sa mga government institution, last week, nasa Development Academy of the Philippines ako. So what we do, we get to be invited, and next week, we'll be at the DBM, Department of Budget and Management. So all of these government institutions will also reach out to us. We have partnerships with GSIS as well to teach yung mga retirees natin, yung mga DepEd teachers natin, na talagang how to actually...
Ang dami niyan. Ang dami niyan.
How to protect their retirement funds. Really. At paano mag-process talaga.
Actually, maganda yung pasukin nyo talaga yung mga retirees kasi ang daming
sila binibiktima
sa retirees.
Kuwang-kuwa.
Totoo yun.
Ako, hindi ako nahihiyang sabihin yung mother ko was victimized by these scammers.
Yeah, it's so sad. It's so sad talaga.
Pinaghihirapan eh.
Punta ka ng
Tapos
GSIS dyan sa main office.
may nakaabang sa
Ang dami
labas.
pa ikot-ikot na ano dyan, mga naghahanap ng bibiktimahin.
Totoo. Diba?
Napakalalim ng usapan natin ngayon at bago pa tayo malayo kasi talagang Sir Jed, limitado lang yung oras namin. So siguro parting message na lang po para sa ating mga taga-panood at taga-pakinig.
Siguro, first of all, maraming salamat sa oportunidad na ma-invite kami dito at bahagi rin talaga ng advokasya ng Call Financial. Ma-empower at ma-enlighten din yung ating mga kababayan on proper and importance of investing. So, sa amin, importante na mabigyan ng pagkakataon, oportunidad ang mga kababayan natin to have that type of access. So, just, I would siguro encourage them, just go to www to know more about this one. www.colfinancial.com and just go to YouTube, find nyo yung Call Financial YouTube page at marami doon. If they wanted to learn more, we have webinars there and understanding. And siguro, lastly, bilang mga mamamayan, we are protecting also yung pinaghirapan natin because this is our hard-earned money eh.
Yes.
So, importante na we get to also rise above yung ignorance and be aware of those scams and at the same time, make sure that we get to be empowered in a sense and act on the proper information na informed tayo so that we can make proper informed choice financial decisions. So, maraming salamat for the opportunity.
Well, of course, you have a social media presence.
We have a social media presence. Go to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, sa X din. We're all and we can actually everywhere. Just reach out to us and we are very active in replying to that. So maraming salamat again, Attorney. Maraming salamat, Aris, for this. Saka mabuhay yung mga Pilipinong maaalam sa pera at handang matuto para sa kanila rin at sa kanilang kinabukasan.
Ang galing naman ito si Sir Jet.
Kulang ang oras. Yun lang masabi.
Sana magkaroon pa tayo ng engagements in the future dahil marami tayong kailangan pag-usapan tungkol sa securities at paano palaguin ang pera na pinaghihirapan sa abroad. Dahil hindi biro yun.
Correct.
Alamin ang mga serbisyong inihahatid ng Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Serbisyong CFO. Dito lamang sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
At nagdaan na naman ang isang araw na pagsasahimpapawid ng ating programa para sa overseas Filipinos.
Sa bawat kwento, bawat impormasyon at bawat serbisyong hatid namin, layunin naming mapalapit ang gobyerno sa bawat Pilipino saan mang panig ng mundo.
Tandaan, kababayan, basta't balita at serbisyong publiko.
CFO, kasama mo saan man sa mundo.
Hanggang sa muli, ito ang
Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas.
Narito na ang programang mag-uugnay sa mga Pilipinong naninirahan sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas. Serbisyong hatid ng Commission on Filipino Overseas at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Ang programang magtatampok sa mga proyekto at serbisyo publiko upang mapalakas ang ugnayan ng milyong-milyong Pilipino sa kanilang bansang pinagmulan. Serbisyong CFO sa Bagong Pilipinas. Dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.